are, of course, fully supporting this call. The High Representative, Vice President Josep Borrell, had yesterday a phone conversation with the UN Special Representative of the Secretary General, specifically for Syria, Mr. Geir Pedersen, and they were discussing this appeal by Mr. Guterres and also Mr. Pedersen's specific call to stop hostilities in Syria. And High Representative said that on behalf of the EU, we are really subscribing to both appeals, because the only fight we have right now is against coronavirus and its impact, not fighting each other. And the EU, even before the outbreak of the current crisis, was very actively supporting and working for ceasefires worldwide to end the conflict. And so that I can give you just a few examples. On Libya last week, the EU, together with some other international partners, reached out to both parties of the conflict in Libya and calling them to stop the hostilities. And indeed, now we are seeing signs that they are moving into this direction and that a ceasefire might be on its way. On Syria, during the conversation I just mentioned between HRVP Borrell and Special Representative Pedersen, they were discussing specifically the situation in the northwest of Syria around the province of Idlib, where there are millions of people, refugees and IDPs stuck, and where the risks of a possible outbreak are really enormous. And there are very little means we have to go inside and help. So they were discussing what the EU and the UN could do in order to help these people. And one of the contributions of the EU is, for example, the conference for Syria, which we are preparing, hopefully, for the end of June this year, which is, I think, very concrete expression how we are contributing to the international effort to end conflicts and confrontations. Another example, just this morning, we have issued quite a strong appeal on Russia and groups who are controlling the eastern parts of Ukraine in the area of Donbas, so the Donetsk and Luhansk, where there are problems for the UN, for the OSCE and International Red Cross to access the non-government control areas, because this is unacceptable. They need to have access, first of all, to contribute and to work on the de-escalation, which is in line with the Minsk agreements, and also to provide for the people who are caught in between. So this is all very important. And what we are saying in these times specifically, there is an urgent worldwide need and big opportunity to stop the fighting, to stop the confrontations, and to focus on preventing the coronavirus from spreading, and to work jointly to mitigate the impact of this pandemic on our society anywhere in the world.
Thank you, Peter.